So I've seen some savagery in my days, but I've never seen someone this savage. This is easily the most savage, and oh my fucking gosh, he did not just say this man in the entirety of the anime industry. Now, the man I'm talking about is Hayao Miyazaki, legendary, highly acclaimed, critically acclaimed animator, director, producer, all that good stuff. He's one of the people basically that's been working with Ghibli. He has his own company. Like, this dude is legit. He's put out some of the most popular anime films of all time. But this dude has a mouth on him. Don't get it twisted. This old guy, like, he will say his mind. He does not give a slither of a shit. This is the man that is responsible for the meme, "Anime was a mistake." Now, again, I've seen some savagery. The guy, Tomino from Gundam, he said some fucked up things in the past where he was basically bashing Attack on Titan. Miyazaki has said some things, but I've never seen something this blunt and this crazy said from anybody in the anime industry, especially to the faces of people in a corporation. Like this dude in this clip that we're about to watch, because I'm going to watch it with you guys, because we need to experience this all together at the same time so you can understand the impact that I felt. It's just like, yo, to a certain level, it's like, okay, this dude got no chill, but aside from that, it's like, when does it get to the point where, bro, I think this is a little bit too disrespectful? Like, you need to put a little bit of a chill, and I'm surprised that there's anybody in Japan like that, because usually, from what I see and stuff like that, not just in anime and manga, but in general, the culture is very, like, respectful. Like, they say things in a way, like, their whole culture is different from ours and stuff like that, so to see somebody this blunt, this insane with the mouth, is like, let's watch this clip, and yeah, we'll talk while we're watching. Okay, so what's happening right now is they're presenting a project that they wanted to pitch to him, basically, of artificial intelligence, like a CGI model of what they're trying to do. I believe what they're trying to do is showcase something that they could do in the real, also something they could do for his projects. And it looks like some weird ass zombie. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of grosses me out and creeps me out a bit. It uses his head like a leg. Like, this is, yeah, it's like a zombie thing. Like, so he's basically presenting, you know, pitching it off like, hey, Miyazaki, this could be something good. And yeah, just watching it, I'm like, oh, look at that. I ain't gonna lie, that actually would be kind of cool to see in a video game. And I'm looking at me, look at Miyazaki right there, his mind. Get ready. Get ready for the savage. Says, well, this dude, every morning, not recent days, but I see my friend who has a disability. This is kind of sad stuff, I ain't gonna lie. And it could be the reason you'll see in a minute. It's so hard for him to do just a high five with his arm stiff muscle reaching out to my hand. So you can see that he's comparing this to something on the real that affects his friend. I can't watch this stuff and find it interesting. Already, like, whoa, whoever creates this has no idea what pain is or whatsoever. I am utterly disgusted. Hold up. I am utterly disgusted. Mind you, look around. This is a board meeting. The dude is in a meeting right now with people, very important people, I'd imagine, that are pitching an idea. And he's already saying, I am utterly disgusted. Now, granted, again, maybe it could come across as like, hey, you know, my friend deals with problems and it looks like it's making a mockery, so I'm utterly disgusted. But damn, bro, this is like, no chill. Let's continue. If you really want to make creepy stuff, you can go ahead and do it. I would never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. So he's basically saying, fuck off. I strongly feel this is an insult to life itself. Oh my fucking god. Cue the meme of that crowd of motherfuckers going, oh! Miyazaki. Like, yo, that right there automatically, no matter how strongly you feel about this, time and place, bro. Like, you see all these people, look at their faces. Like, the dude with the glasses is like, oh my fucking god, what am I even doing here? The woman is like, he did not just say that. Look at the woman with the fucking hair. Like, she's like, what? The other guy in the back is not even fucking paying attention. He's like, I know Miyazaki's about to go ham. Like, an insult to life itself. Again, I understand where he's coming from because he's comparing this to, it's almost a mockery of something that his friend goes through. But what the... Like, look at the room. Look at the guy. He's like, oh, he don't even know what to say. This is just our experiment. Like, yo, Miyazaki, chill. We don't mean to do anything by showing it to the world. So what is your goal? Well, we would like to build a machine that can draw pictures like humans do. That's actually an interesting thing, but at the same time, it's also a scary thing, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. Yeah. Look at this man. Oh my gosh. There's a bit more. I feel like we are nearing to the end of times. We humans are losing faith in ourselves. Damn. And that's the end of the clip, people. Like, holy fucking shit. Like, no chill at all. At the same time, again, okay, you know, he has a friend that goes through this situation, but I mean, I think their overall goal, in a sense, is kind of disrespectful to him, because you got to think, they're trying to make a machine that can replace his job and many jobs as well. Because if they could effectively create a machine that can draw the way humans draw and shit like that, poof, the end of animators. At the same time, it could be a good thing because it'll probably help production and stuff like that, but like, just look at the transition, right? Look at the transition from what anime and animation in general was in the 90s, the 80s, and prior to the digital age to what it is now. As much as I love, you know, those high production, high quality anime like the Fate Zeros and, you know, ReZeros and all that shit with the art, the animation, everything looks pretty, there is a bit of a loss that we took when we switched from classical straight up hand animation. Everything was, you know, on film, and then we went to the digital age. It's like you don't have those backgrounds that you could see the brush strokes that really gave it an interesting feel and gave it some character. Like, we lost something like that. Imagine if robots completely took over animation. Like, it would just be the end of, you know, an era and essentially a lot of people's jobs, which this is a lot of people's dreams and goals. There's probably people watching this video right now that hope someday to be an animator. So Hayao Miyazaki right there, he's looking at that shit like, let me get this straight. You want to create a fucking robot to take over my job and my crew and everything? Are you fucking high? So in a way, it's like he's justified in saying, yo, the humans are giving up on fucking their own selves. What the hell is going on? But I do think that, holy shit, the level of disrespect by saying this is a disgrace to life itself. I cannot believe that I saw somebody in the anime industry, one of the most popular, one of the leading founders of all this shit. Like, he's a legend. Like, Hayao Miyazaki is a legend. The top Ghibli films, everything you could think of, this guy had his hands in all that shit. So to see him, is it like, maybe, is it just me, or I'm flabbergasted to see this type of reaction and everything? I mean, I'm kind of curious what the hell you guys think about it. For starters, how do you feel about his reaction to that? I mean, granted, it did look silly, and I can understand where somebody could take offense to it, because it did look like it was kind of, in a way, not necessarily making fun of, but offensive to people that are handicapped and things of that nature. I totally get feeling like, whoa, what the fuck? But at the same time, it is a zombie simulation. It wasn't like, you know, it'd be different if they were like having a handicapped kid or something like that, you know, and they were making fun. I would totally be like, yeah, Miyazaki, go in. But it was a fucking zombie simulator. Do you think that he went way overboard the way he was talking? I mean, look at the room. Like, again, going back to everybody's reactions, people were like, is this guy serious right now? Did he fucking not just shit all over our work? Like, what the fuck? And also, how do you feel about them wanting to create a robot that could essentially take over the jobs of many? Because, again, that would be a huge change. So many jobs would be lost. And I think that's the most important thing out of all of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be horrible in a sense of like, what if we lose even more of the characteristics that we already have, as far as like from transitioning over from the camera, you know, the film days and all of the hand animation to straight up digital. We lost something there. And then if robots are doing it, not only are we going to lose tons of jobs, tons of people's dreams and goals. I ain't gonna lie. I would, if I knew how to draw really good, because I'm not that good at art and shit like that, I would have loved to do that. That sounds so fucking awesome. Well, granted, everything I know about the animation industry, I don't know if I'd want to do that right now, especially the anime industry. Like, never in a million years. Like, a whole other video, but $900 a month, kill me. No. But how do you feel about that? Do you think that that's a bad move? That'd be horrible. Again, it seems like that could potentially be the future. You know, it could potentially happen one day where they create robots that are drawing the shit that we like to see, but at the same time, it's like, it seems as though it could be a horrible thing. And your overall thoughts of all this? Honestly, bravo to Hayao Miyazaki for truly being the most savage and insanely crazy at the mouth man in the anime industry. I've never seen nothing like this. I mean, well, as far as like, you know, an animation in general, I've never seen anything like that. I've seen shit other places or whatever, but like, this man is just, wow. And your raw thoughts of all this. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I couldn't fucking believe my eyes. How Miyazaki, what are you doing, bro? Like, you need to chill. Like, yeah, I don't think they're going to be having another business meeting after that. Also, kind of curious if there's anybody out there that finds his words and his actions in this little meeting justified by what was, presented to him. Do you think that maybe it was just the fact that, hey, you offended me, so I'm going to go ham? And of course they allow him to do it. That's the thing. Like, if it was another person, a low-key person, he would have been blackballed out of the industry, but ain't nothing going to change. Hayao Miyazaki's still going to be the legend and one of the biggest things in anime and animation and shit like that. But yeah, do you feel he was justified in that, or he's just a fucking rude ass motherfucker? Like, personally, if I was in that business meeting, I mean, of course, different cultures or whatever, but I would have looked at him and said, excuse me? You want to change your fucking tone here? Excuse me? Like, it would have been all bad. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Hayao Miyazaki, son, you got no chill, bro, at all.